What is going on, guys? Predator458 here, and welcome back to my channel, and welcome back to Armored Warfare, where today we're going to be taking a look at another viewer replay, as well as some of my own gameplay that I had earlier on this week. But first we're going to be having a look at the viewer replay, which was submitted by Skyfury, and he was using his BMD-2 Wolf, which, as you can see, has now been credited to my account. They have also credited the M1134, the Tier 7 Premium Swingfire doodad. I haven't had a chance to look at this yet. I haven't tried it out, but hopefully over the weekend I will be able to do so I can bring you some gameplay of it next week, along with my thoughts on the Wolf Edition vehicles. But anyways, on to the BMD-2. So first video we're going to watch is Skyfury in his BMD-2, and then we're going to look at some of my gameplay in one of my favorite vehicles, which was a really close match. Really fun. You don't get too many of these close matches in Armored Warfare, so when they happen, it's really awesome. But anyways, before we get to the Zhalo video, let's go and have a look at the base stats of the Wolf, because as you can see, I haven't done the crew yet. I haven't done any retrofits yet or anything, so this is how it is in its standard format. Obviously, it's fully upgraded, but without any additional retrofits or crew skills, this is how it is. So we've got 115 mils of penetration, doing 59 damage, base hit points of 1015, and no armor, as you'd expect. Not only is it terribly thin, but it's only a 0.9 modifier against all shell types. Top speed of 61.2 kilometers an hour, 0 to 32 of 2.38 seconds, and then a camo rating of 0.393, which is obviously due to the special Wolf camo. If you go to the standard one without a camo, it's 0.363, so a slight improvement. Gun depression, minus 10 off the front, minus 2 off the rear, 66 degrees a second turret rotation, accuracy spread of 0.11, and an aim time of 1.83 seconds. So not bad stats as it is standard, which obviously you can then improve with your retrofits and crew skills. No doubt augmented optics there is what I'd probably go with. Hull hit points or the hull reinforcement, not sure what I'd put in universal. But anyway, so let's jump into the gameplay footage from Skyfury, and let's have a look-see at how he does in his BMD-2 Wolf. Alright, so welcome to the match, and it is on, what's this called? High Wall, something like that. The new map that was added in 0.14. As you can see, it's an all Tier 5 match. Quite a few light tanks on his team. A decent number of... I'd say, teams on both sides are fairly well split up in terms of tank types. I've seen a lot of matches recently where, especially at Tier 3 and Tier 4, where there's like almost no main battle tanks. So it's good to see that there's a decent split amongst the vehicles. But anyways, this is the single capture game mode, and Skyfury 47 is moving towards the cap zone. No doubt, hopefully, going to try and get some spots for his teammates. He should be able to outspot or equally spot everything. They don't have any foxes on the enemy team, which I think could probably outspot the BMD-2, but on the enemy team their recon units are BMD-2, BMP-2, so fairly similar view ranges and camo there. But anyway, as you can see, a significant number of the enemy have gone around the bottom of the map and have already managed to kill one of Skyfury's teammates, who was in an ERC 90. Very unfortunate. There is an enemy BMD-2 who is, and he's now spotted a Type 80, fires his missile. It's been designated, 1 hit, 625 damage. He moves back, not entirely sure if he was spotted. ERC 90 enemy, one over there has been spotted, takes 2 serious hits, and now Skyfury is laying in with the autocannon, does a little bit of damage, but the ERC 90 is no longer spotted, and they're just continuing to fire. You never know, maybe you'll get lucky. So the enemy has started to capture the point. T-72 Ural spotted, missile on the way, and looks like he manages to hit him for just under 500 hit points of damage. His team has now lost another vehicle, the Leopard 1A5. They've lost another one. So they're down 2 Leopard 1A5s and the ERC 90, whereas the enemy team has only lost a Type 82. Tries to fire a missile around this little mound, but unfortunately he wasn't exposed enough and the missile detonated on the environment rather than going to find its nice target. Finally, his team's managed to kill some else. They've killed a T-72, but their T-72 takes a big hit. Missile on the way against the Type 82, and don't know what happened to the missile, and there they go, lose another tank, but not sure exactly what his missile hit. But I imagine he's reloaded, and indeed he has another one on the way, and a good hit, 525 damage, leaving the enemy tank on very low health. His team's now lost a chieftain as well, so they're down, I think, 5 tanks. Enemy down down 4 tanks. They've lost a BMD-2, BMP-2 Type 2 Type 82s, and a T-72. So 10-10 right now. Things are looking better because things were looking quite bad at the beginning. So just waiting to see what he's going to do. A fair amount of, in fact, it looks like pretty much the whole allied team is in and around the top half of the map, while there's definitely some enemies down in the bottom half and probably working around the spawn area over there where we originally started. And there's some tanks coming up. It looked like a T-72 and an M60, I think. Yep, there we go. So luckily his team does have Sky Fury spotting. There's a chieftain as well, so there's a big push by the enemy coming from behind, and puts a good hit into the chieftain, 576 damage. Again, each team has lost a tank, and now his team's lost another one and another one. So 2 tanks just fell in very quick successions, down 7 to 9. Missile on the way, and even though the chieftain was able to get unspotted, Sky Fury was still able to land the hit. He did get spotted, and now his team is just falling like flies. It's now 5-8. Another missile out. He's barely used his autocannon. 475 damage done. Gets hit from the other side. So he's down to, he's pretty much a one-shot kill. So he's got to be very careful now. Unfortunately, with this replay system, you also don't get the sort of sixth sense notification when you the player is spotted. So we have no idea when he has been spotted. Another missile going in, leaving the M60A3 on 1 hit point. Come on, Armored Warfare. Couldn't you have been a little bit kinder and just roll a fraction higher? Anyway, 4-8. He hasn't got any kills yet, but he's done a good amount of damage. There's a WZ-1224. It is spotted. T-72 is spotted. Who is he going to fire at? Or is he... Nope, there we go. He's going to fire at the T-72. 565. Now, why couldn't he get that roll on the M60? But it's 3-8. There's almost no chance of winning this. Who's he going to fire? Is he going to try and finish? Yes, he's going to try and finish off the T-72 missile going in. 476, leaving the T-72 Ural on just under 200 hit points. And again, just waiting. This time he's going to take a shot at the WZ-1224, 473, leaving him on less than 600 hit points. Only one allied tank remaining. It is the Light Panzer, who is engaged. And I think I just made a mistake, or made a mistake a little bit earlier when I said he didn't have a kill yet, because he actually got 2. I must have looked at the wrong name on the team panels. But anyway, he's on the move now, just trying to see if he can spot another target. ERC's been spotted, and the ERC gets taken out by the big Light Panzer. So it's 2-7, and Sky Fury is now on the move back towards his spawn location as the enemy starts capping. There's the WZ-1224. Can he get a missile off? Yes, he can, on the way, and unfortunately it doesn't do any damage. Not sure if he got spotted while firing that. Very dangerous game, this. If he fires again now, he's definitely going to get spotted. But he's kind of behind this little rock, which is providing him with an awesome amount, just the right amount of cover, so he can just poke the missile launcher over, but keep the rest of his vehicle pretty well hidden. And 27 hit points, and unfortunately he takes a hit. Missile on the way, finishes off the WZ. Shots coming in from behind. Can he finish some more of these guys off? They're not spotted anymore. There's that bloody M60 on 1 hit point. Is he going to be able to poke out and spot these guys, get a shot off before they're able to kill him? Barely used his autocannon this match. It's been all missiles. Shot going in on the T-72, manages a good damage roll, 582 damage. But he's got to be so careful because one hit from anything will finish him off. And there he's going in with autocannon. T-72's on 96 hit points. Can he finish him off? Unfortunately not. Gets hit by the Begleitpanzer, who manages to kill him. So unfortunately, Sky Fury ends the match on 3 kills, and it is a defeat. And unfortunately, Sky Fury didn't send in both screenshots, including the initial results page, but he did send in the team page, so we can at least see how many kills, spots, damage, and all of that he did, as well as how much base experience he got. And as you can see, it comes as a little surprise. He was first place on his team with 3 kills, 2 assists. What's that? 6,000, just under 6,600 damage, 9 spots, and getting himself 2,306 base reputation, more than twice as much as anyone on his team. His squad mate was in second place with 1,089 on his team. As for the enemy team, top on the enemy team was the M60A3 with base XP of 2,298. So Sky Fury actually got more base XP or base reputation than the winning vehicle on the enemy team. But the M60A3 only did 1,500 damage, less than actually. 2 kills, 5 assists, and 10 spots. Most damage on the enemy team looks like it was an ERC-90 with just under 5,000 damage done. So Sky Fury did fantastically well. And here we can see a little bit in the background on how he set up his BMD. He's got thermal sleeve, engine, housing reinforcement, and augmented optics. But anyways, thank you very much for sending in this replay. I really enjoyed watching it, and I hope everyone else did as well. But let's head off now to my gameplay, where we're going to take a look at a match I had in one of my favorite vehicles in the game. Alright, and welcome back. Once again, we're in High Wall, or Highway. And it's pretty much exactly the same game as Sky Fury's match. Starting in the same spawn, same single cap location, and just a different vehicle. We are obviously in the Tier 4 Zhalo Mercenary Edition Tank Destroyer. And as I've said, this is one of my favorite vehicles in the game. This was actually my first match that I played of the evening. A lot of the time what I do when I start playing is I start off with a Zhalo game, simply to check that my ping is all working, because I don't want to take out, T90 or something like that and then have find out that my ping is screwing up. So I'd rather take out something like low tier and just mess around. And this was that match, this testing match. So anyways, we are now heading towards the cap zone to try and be on the lookout. As you can see, we've got one swing fire as our spotter. Otherwise, it looks like that's about it. I mean, then there's Sheridans and some tank destroyers, but the enemy team's got 3 BMD-1s, so they pretty much have the advantage. I think Swingfire will outspot the BMD, but they've got more dedicated spotting units than we do. So we're just moving up here, and I think this is the first time I've played this configuration of the map starting from this side, so I wasn't entirely sure where to come. I decided to post up here and see how that worked. So I'm just going to sit and we're just waiting to see if we can spot anyone. Enemy has already lost someone. OF40 pops out, gets spotted, takes a hit, although he got off quite lightly. At least 3 people were firing at him, but he's still spotted. People are still shooting at him. He's down to half health and we haven't even spotted anyone. So you can see, I mean, their BMDs are doing a good job. Our Swingfire, who's just next to me, is not quite close enough to actually be of any use and spot these guys as they're trying to shoot. But there we have a Type 69-2 and someone and here this OF40 now gets spotted, and just look at that. He can barely react and he's dead. I mean, he should have moved after the initial barrage of fire and he stayed to try and get a shot off. We're going to put our first shot into this OF40, do 338 damage. He's still pretty much in the same area, so we take another shot, and I imagine there was a fairly good chance that that one hit. Now we're going to start moving up. It's 11-4 right now. This is not good at all. We take a shot at where, I think there was a BMD-1 where it was, and again, fairly decent shot that we hit, but no guarantees. Again, we're just waiting to see who we can spot. The Swingfire is doing a really bad job. There's a T62, 300 hit points, and in fact Swingfire is dead, so maybe he couldn't outspot the BMDs. But I remember, with the exception of the Puma, this Swingfire is the longest range, spotting range. But maybe I'm wrong. But anyways, we take a shot at the T62. Unfortunately, we don't quite manage to hit it. Second shot does find its mark, and we get the kill. And just look how the team has been absolutely annihilated. Another shot in. We couldn't see the vehicle, but we did have a green pen marker, so we could take the shot anyway. 7-10. Yeah, not looking good. Not looking good at all. But just like the last match, we're going to pull things back, and it's going to be quite exciting. Shot into the BMD-1, and he goes down after, I'm not sure who spotted him, but very good job to whoever that was. And there's the other BMD-1, shot in, kill him before, probably before he even realizes he was spotted, before he even gets the notification. So now it is 7-7, 3 kills are ours. So we're doing pretty well. We're heading down now towards the capture zone to just try and see if we can assist with this Type 69-2, and like this was just like fairly certain we weren't going to get the chance, but you know, we were trying anyway. So it's 6-all now. Try to see if we can sneak up this little hill, but unfortunately we cannot. So remaining vehicles on the enemy team, what do we have to be careful of? Well, there's O40, Starship, T64, all of which we can outspot. M109, no problem. The two biggest worries for me are the two LAV300s. But again, we have a better camo, and we can outspot them. Unfortunately, we have to find them first and not get so close that they land up spotting us back. But anyway, there's a T64. Don't quite have a shot on him at the moment. Sheridan was spotted by someone popping his smoke, so we know he was spotted by something. The LAV300s are in front of us on our left somewhere, and there's the Type T64. He's come up again. He's obviously got the notification that he's been spotted, so he's backing up. But he comes out again, shot into his side, 305 damage. Just watching to see if he's looking directly at us, because obviously we are rendering in for him, and we do have to keep that in mind. We are now spotted properly, shot in, it bounces off his front plate. We're just going to have to now kind of sit here until we get unspotted, because if we make a move, he will be able to put a shot into us. He fires at the truck. There he puts a shot in, 389. We should have kept going, but we haven't taken any damage, so we kind of go, it's okay to, you know, take a hit. Shot into the O40 on the move. He misses his shot. He's down to 235 hit points. Just slowing down a little bit so we can finish him off, and that was our 4th kill of the match. We are no longer spotted, so we're going to now try moving up this hill a little bit and see if we can get spots on the T64 again, or perhaps, and there he is, there's the T64. We unfortunately get spotted, so we've got to move, because I don't know where those LAV300s are, so we've got to try and get behind some form of cover. Our allied Zhalo looks like he's going to be able to finish off the T64. Fortunately not. There's the LAV300. We're on a rock or something. We can't quite get a shot. We reverse fire, but unfortunately we just can't get the gun on target in time. LAV300 finishes off our Sheridan and then buggers off behind a rock, and we no longer have line of sight on him. But we are still spotting him, but it doesn't look like anyone's able to shoot him. So we can see the direction that and there we go, he's taken a hit, presumably from our Zhalo. We can see which way he is moving, so we're going to try and see if we can cut him off. He's down to 2 hit points. Our Zhalo was able to get some good shots into him. And we're just going to head up here and start moving around. Now this is where there is going to be a slight lull in the action. Enemy artillery looks like he got a hit on our Zhalo, but it doesn't look like it was. I only got a split second look at it. Didn't look like it was too much damage, but it is 3-4. You know, we can't really afford to take a whole lot of damage on our side. Was worried going down the hill there that I was going to flip. I'm not sure if you can flip a vehicle in Armored Warfare, but it very nearly looked like we were going to find out. So just being careful, popping around, and there is LAV300 spotted on 2 hit points, and unfortunately we were not quite quick enough on the shot there, hesitated a little bit, and as such we weren't able to put the shot in. Artillery fired, unfortunately no luck in hitting him, but we're now going full throttle, chasing this guy down on 2 hit points to see if we can get the kill. He's now kind of disappeared a little bit though. I was not entirely sure where he was going to be. Worried he might have snuck in there. You know, where is this guy? And there he is, spotted behind us. He just did a nice little ring around the rosies with us. We zoom in, see if we can get a shot, but unfortunately no line of sight. And the other LAV 300 has now been spotted. He's approaching our Geforce, which is really unfortunate, and he will finish him off, and there we go. So now all that remains is myself and this Zhalo S versus a Starship, the M109, and 2 LAV 300s. And now it is going to start getting interesting. Again, we still don't know where the stupid 2 hit point LAV 300's gone, but we're moving towards our Zhalo S, our ally. I was considering going to start capping to put some pressure on the enemy, but they're going to actually do the same thing any minute now. Just moving a little bit slow. I don't think we were quite going full speed here, just being a little cautious. I don't want to lose any hit points. And we're fast approaching the cap zone. It's just in front of us now. And coming to the corner, a little bit of lag there, which is why I landed up mounting the rock. That wasn't intentional. And again, just no one spotting anything. There's the Starship, shot into his side, 292 damage, trying to reverse because the Starship could one-shot kill us. There's the LAV 300, finish him off. 5 kills. Starship, he fires, he misses. So we're popping out now. He's mostly covered up, but we can just see his little cupola, cancerous tumor on top of the turret, and we're able to put a shot in and finish him off. There's the LAV 300, shot in as we start backing up. I think he's going to fire. He hits but doesn't do any damage. Shot in again, 293 damage. He fires and misses. He's down to 584 hit points. And this is where it's going to get really exciting and a bit of a mistake. Take some some damage from the artillery, 110 damage done. And now we're going to go and pretend to be a light tank with this LAV 300. And unfortunately, 2 things are going to go wrong here for me. One, I don't have heat. He does. Pop over, shot in. He's down to 1 shot. I'm down to 6 hit points. I'm going for it, but I forget that he has a quicker reload than I do. And the instant I'm killed, the artillery actually manages to land a shot on the other Zhalo, and that is game over. And it is unfortunately a defeat for our team, but it was still really, really good fun. And those are the kind of matches that we unfortunately don't get too often. But anyways, we earned ourselves 3,392 reputation, 175,300 credits, doing 4,500 damage, 6 kills, 6 spots. We got the Master Gunner ribbon, Ace Tanker, and the Iron Cross. Coming first place on our team with a base reputation of 1,500 points, whereas on the enemy team, LAV 300 came top with 1289, so we were actually top by reputation, even though we were on the losing team. As for damage, it looks like it was another Zhalo on our team that did 3,200 damage, came second place on our team by damage done. On the enemy team, it was the LAV 300 that killed me, 2,473 damage. So we had a fantastic game ourselves. Unfortunately, little bit of a mistake at the end, but I don't know what else I could have done other than go for it like I did, because where he had positioned himself, I wasn't going to be able to outspot him. But anyways, that about covers everything for this video. Sky Fury, thank you very much for sending in your replay. I really enjoyed watching it, as I said, and I really hope everyone enjoyed his video as well as my little outing in the Zhalo S. If you enjoyed this video, please feel free to hit the thumbs up button down below and consider subscribing for more Armored Warfare, World of Warships, and a few other things that are thrown into the mix from time to time. But that is it from me. Thank you very much for stopping by. This is Predator 458 signing off, and I will see you guys next time.